Hello everybody, thanks for joining me for a quick roundup of my top 3 takeaways of CloudFoundry Summit that happened at Santa Clara Convention Center this week, and actually it's still going on till tomorrow. But first of all, this is Holger Mueller from Constellation Research. I don't have to show my logo anymore as the lower third is working from Google Hangouts. Unfortunately not in total corporate identity, no purple yet. So same attendance I would say from last year, significantly more partner attention because the big news was also about partners. I jokingly call it that CloudFoundry has embarked in this game of monopoly of getting all the relevant cloud players adopted in their platform. Obviously, it always ran on VMware's vSphere capabilities on premises. First, I believe, memory doesn't fool me, was Amazon, then came Azure, important proof point of multi-cloud capabilities. That was big news last year. The big news was Google, and actually, no, Azure wasn't the second, Google was the second. Well, it doesn't matter, was second. The big news this year, however, was that Microsoft has joined the CloudFoundry Foundation. And with that, I would say this is why the title of this is The Kingdom Gets Bigger. I mean, last year I said CloudFoundry has won the PaaS battle for the moment, being the most adopted enterprise platform as a service out there. With Microsoft joining it, there's not much more to be added. In my view, there's only theoretically Oracle left, which has even said they support some versions, some flavors of CloudFoundry just for the VMware vSphere capabilities. So the other big part was adoption, vendor adoption, partner adoption, keynote by SAP CTO Björn Görke, talking about enterprises in new black, and SAP having standardized on the SAP Cloud Platform as its basis foundation for what they're building newly. In some parts, like originally starting in the Hybris area, and what they're doing with Leonardo, which they just unveiled at Sapphire earlier this year. So significant traction from SAP, at SAP with CloudFoundry too, but overall from CloudFoundry was basically signed up who's who in the enterprise world. I think nothing similar has ever happened before. Starting, I think IBM being the first, Bluemix almost 4 years ago, they made that decision to work towards CloudFoundry. GE was one of the early adopters in their Predix platform, which is their SAP in the hybrid side, was unofficially not the right way of doing things. It remains to be seen what's going to run on the Microsoft side. In the keynote, Corey Saunders showed the CLE runtime application of CloudFoundry running right away on the Azure side. That's the first step. I think there will be more things coming. What's working well, obviously, is the ecosystem. Coming to the second takeaway. The big push started over a year ago is around certifications. Certifications are really, really important to get to the enterprise because risk-minded, risk-conscious CXOs need to know who can do what on the platform. It's now 5 different categories for certifications. A good way for any ecosystem to become established and to know who can do what, who should be able potentially to charge for trades, who is to learn what, who is to do what. So good move, which is showing momentum. And likewise, in the same way, certification of platforms. The important thing there is a combination of Bosch, which is the underlying magic sauce to do multi-cloud capability for CloudFoundry, together with Kubernetes. This morning I was on a panel and didn't have enough coffee. Why is it called Kubo? Well, Kubernetes Bosch, right? Being donated to the foundation itself, and the capability to run Kubernetes-based containers on top of Bosch, which is only good news, and 2 open source capabilities of Kubernetes and with Bosch, which have been strong, already are going to be getting stronger. But the interesting thing, it's still early for many of the customers to move to cloud. At the Analyst Summit, we had a panel of 5 customers who shall not be named, but 4 of the 5 were not using cloud, but were using different capabilities on premises on their side. So it's interesting to see that enterprises want to have multi-cloud. We know that we can confirm that from our conversations, advisory, and selections. They then start in a single cloud, mostly where we talk to. The references, examples that were shown by CloudFoundry. CloudFoundry do many things because they're in banking, healthcare, or manufacturing on premises. So takeaway, CloudFoundry has become the de facto standard king of PaaS for large-scale enterprises. There's many other options for smaller enterprises and more end-user friendly, but hardcore developer, large-scale enterprise applications basically run on CloudFoundry, we can say. Now it needs more adoption on the customer side, certainly. All the partners are there. I would love to see much more customer keynotes than partner keynotes going forward, and much more conversation, not so much about the plumbing and the move to cloud and the move to open source, moving out of the whole DevOps, running applications, CI/CD transition to really what people are building with CloudFoundry. Then my concern remains, nothing has changed to last year. CloudFoundry has done a really good job of bringing together things at the abstraction of the IaaS layer, and potentially also on the cloud container management side now with Kubo initiative. But there's many things which are happening on top of that. The most prominent this year, many people call this year the year of artificial intelligence, which really is machine learning. And all the partners that CloudFoundry has right now are trying to differentiate themselves with capabilities on top of what Bosch can run with Kubo or whatever else on top of that. And that creates a cloud lock-in. Enterprises need machine learning applications. So what other place than potentially the CloudFoundry community could think about a common abstraction, common runtime frameworks to run your machine learning capabilities in a compatible way across clouds. So we'll see that conversation happens. Similar low-code, no-code is something not being addressed. The hardcore developers are CloudFoundry, not necessarily end-user citizen developers, because CloudFoundry has not had, as I like to say, strong opinionated assumptions on what should run on top of it for developer buildings. But overall, tremendous progress, lots of adoption, very good to see. Congratulations, never seen such a dominant status of an open source project in the industry. That's for it, probably way too long. Thanks for watching. This is Holger Mueller from Constellation Research. Follow me on Twitter at HolgerMU, HOLGERMU. The Storyfy collection is going to be out soon. The one-slide summary is going to be out soon. And if Wi-Fi on my plane permits, the blog post equally. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.